I am Ethan, and this is my love story. It's not the kind you read in fairy tales. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was filled with heartbreak, silence, and pain. But if I could go back in time, I'd live it all again. Just to feel what I felt in his arms. I was 17 when everything in my life fell apart. My father died in a car crash when I was 14. My mother raised me alone, with so much love. But she was lonely, and a year later, she remarried. The man she married had 2 sons from a previous marriage. I tried to accept it. I tried to be part of that family. But they never wanted me. Then, my mother got sick. Cancer. It came fast and cruel. She was gone in a few months. And with her went the only person who ever truly loved me. After that, my stepfather changed completely. Or maybe that's who he was all along. Cold. Angry. Blaming me for everything. I became nothing more than a shadow in his house, unwanted, unseen, unloved. He had borrowed a lot of money from some man, a rich, powerful man, and couldn't pay him back. I didn't know the details. All I knew was that one morning, he packed a bag for me and said I had to go. I was being given away, like I was nothing. And just like that, I was sold. The man who took me in was wealthy. His mansion sat at the edge of the city, guarded by high gates and colder walls. He barely looked at me, except to say, "You'll work here now. Clean. Cook. Don't talk. Unless spoken to." I became a servant in that house. The staff laughed at me behind my back. Some tripped me on purpose. Some gave me the worst chores. I didn't complain. I didn't speak. I just worked. There was one person in the house who everyone seemed to fear and admire. At the same time, Adrian, the man's only son. He was 22, educated in England, confident, smart, handsome. The kind of person whose presence made you stand straighter. The kind of person who walked past you like you didn't exist. And for the longest time, I didn't exist to him. I would serve tea at his door, leave his laundry, clean his room while he was out. He never said a word to me, and I never dared to speak. Then, one night changed everything. It was raining heavily. The mansion was empty, the father was at a meeting, and the staff had gone home early for a holiday. I was alone, quietly sweeping the hallway when I heard the front door slam open. It was Adrian, dripping wet. He didn't look like himself, his shirt half open, eyes red, jaw clenched. He walked straight past me. I heard a bottle crash in the kitchen. I ran in to clean it up, expecting to be yelled at. But he just sat at the table, staring at nothing. And then, he spoke. "Do you believe love should hurt?" I froze. He had never spoken to me before. I swallowed and answered quietly, "I think love should feel like home. If it hurts all the time, then maybe it's not love." He looked up at me for the first time. Really looked. There was silence. Heavy, uncomfortable, and yet something in that moment shifted. After that night, things changed. Adrian began to greet me. Not with a smile, not at first, but with a nod. A glance. Then one day, he handed me a book he had finished reading. "You might like this," he said. It was the first time anyone had given me anything just because. We began to talk. Short conversations. Then longer ones. One night, we sat under the stars, sipping warm tea. "Do you ever wish you could run away?" he asked. "Every day," I said. "But what if someone ran with you?" I looked at him, and he was already looking at me. He started to flirt with me. At first, I didn't believe it. He would brush past me and let his fingers graze mine. He'd find excuses to stay near me. Once, he even pulled me into a hallway corner to whisper, "You have no idea what your eyes do to me." My heart raced whenever he was near. But it wasn't that simple. Rumors began to spread. The house staff gave me even colder stares. The rich man, Adrian's father, warned him to stay away from that boy. From me. I overheard a conversation once. He's not worth your time, Adrian. He's just a debt paid in skin. And that night, I cried for the first time in months. I knew I couldn't ruin Adrian's life. So I ran. I packed my small bag and left a note. Thank you for seeing me when no one else did. I waited until midnight. I opened the front door quietly, but he was already there. Adrian stood in the rain, blocking the way. You're just going to leave, he asked. I have to, I whispered. Why? Because you deserve someone who's whole. I'm just a broken boy who was sold like a thing. He stepped forward. You think I kissed you in my mind 100 times because I felt sorry for you. You think I read poems to remember your smile just out of kindness. You think I fell in love with a servant. He took my face in his hands. I fell in love with you, Ethan. And I'd rather be ruined with you than perfect without you. And for the first time in my life, I believed I was worthy of being loved. I still left that night because I needed to find myself before I could be his. I got a small job at a bookstore, rented a tiny room, lived quietly. I missed him every day. But a year later, on a snowy evening, he walked into that bookstore. He didn't say a word, just walked up, smiled, and held out a hand. I took it. Because love, the real kind, never leaves you behind. I am Ethan. And this is my love story. It began in shadows, but it ended in light with him.